get it popping. Let's get it popping. Let's get it popping. Let's get it popping.
Thank you for watching.
Let's get it popping. Let's get it popping.
Good evening, folks. I am Freddie Vasquez. This is Basement Politics Unfiltered. Happy Tuesday, Yonkers. Good evening. Excuse me there as I fiddle with my earpiece. Thank you. Sit down, folks. Please have a seat. Not for me. Good evening, folks. How you doing? I'm Freddie Vasquez. This is Basement Politics Unfiltered, and today is Tuesday, April 26, 2022. Did you guys catch the city council meeting? They were talking about DoorDash and delivery drivers and some other things, but I ended it there. Oh, man, the majority leader. Anyway, I want to talk about that. I also want to talk about another shooting here in the city of Yonkers. Number 4. That's right. 4th shooting here in the city. And I want to talk a little bit about public buildings. Public buildings, government, city-owned property. Buildings like the Department of Motor Vehicles, the Parking Authority, and the Building Department. And what are the laws when entering one of those businesses and, I should say, buildings and conducting city business? Today, again, police were called on me as I peacefully went over to the building department to drop off another set of plans. I was expected. I called ahead of time, or I emailed, I should say, as I was told ahead of time, and I was told to come by. And again, more problems. And I don't want to make it about me. I want to make it about a common problem that we have here in the city of Yonkers. It's just too rogue. The city of Yonkers is too rogue. So I want to get into that also. But before I do, I want to remind folks this Thursday, I want you guys to come on out. If you can, South Broadway at 2 p.m. It's kind of early, I know. People will probably be working. 155 South Broadway, the McDonald's there. Join neighbors and police officers for coffee and a conversation. I will definitely be there. I think it's important. I think we should, as many people should attend as possible. And I think that building unity among the police department and the community is always a good thing. And again, I really support the police here in the city of Yonkers. They have improved significantly. And, they're doing they're the best job they could be doing. I think that we need to really look at our elected officials and are they doing the best job that they could be doing, right? And what are they doing to help out with the crime and particularly gun violence here in the city of Yonkers? Today, the meeting, the city council meeting, it was about 5:30 this afternoon, and they were discussing the delivery companies like DoorDash, Uber Eats, and Grubhub, I believe is another one, but specifically DoorDash. And they want to remove the cap, which they did. There was a cap on the delivery fees that they can charge, DoorDash. I believe it was capped at 10%, and that was the result of the pandemic, which was really what blew up these delivery companies, right? Like DoorDash and Uber Eats, because that's all they were allowing during the pandemic, right? They weren't allowing you to go to the restaurant and get COVID. They wanted it to be delivered to you. So now that the pandemic is over, according to the city council, and Tasha Diaz, majority leader, claimed it to be over about a month or so ago. She said it was completely over, that she thought, and the rest of the council thought, that it was a good idea well, not all of them, but majority of them, to remove the cap that was set at 10%. And they had a representative from DoorDash there, and he was pleading his case, and they were saying all these different things and whatever. Bottom line is, you represent the people. You're city council members who represent districts in which people live in. And those people, doesn't matter what district you're in, are feeling the effects of rising costs for everything, especially gas, something we've been talking about a lot, right? Talking with our friends, neighbors, families, on the news, everywhere you go. I just paid $4.85 today per gallon. That was about 30 cents more than I paid 2 days ago. I thought Biden was going to be releasing oil from our reserves. They said that's supposed to drop prices. Also, New York State, or I should say Westchester County, I believe George Latimer put a hold on gas tax. So where's the reduction? We don't see it. Price of meat has gone up. I like Boar's Head ham, but I'm noticing that it's gone up about $4 a pound. I say $4 more per pound, I should say. And now the city council, our gracious Yonkers City Council, is looking to help out the rich even more by allowing them to charge more on their delivery fees, which I say, if you don't have to have it delivered, then don't. Don't. Go to the restaurant. That's what I do. They charge way too high. Their prices are ridiculous. And now they got these phony little scam things, these different websites where you look up a restaurant and it gives you a number and you think it's the restaurant, but you're ordering through a third party, which charges you more. And I didn't even realize this. One day I did this, and I thought I was calling the restaurant, and I didn't know until I said, why is it about $3 or $4 more? It's usually not what the price is. And I looked it up and I realized I went through something called seamless. Was it seamless? Right? Because I had to cancel the order and pay. Just principle. I'm not going to pay more. I'm not going to be scammed into paying more. And so they had a guy, their representative, pleading his case. And I wanted to just show, right? Because they say most of the money goes to the delivery drivers, the drivers. However, I know a lot of people that do Uber Eats, DoorDash, they do the side hustles. Some of them do that. That's what they do. And they're complaining about the amount of money that the companies actually take. They rely heavily on tips and not the base pay that the company offers. According to the representative that showed up at a city council meeting today, on average, DoorDash delivery drivers, he says, are making about $25 an hour. Now, is that true? That's not what I'm hearing. I looked this up a little bit. I tried to find some information for you guys, and I found student debt relief. I don't know if that's an ad. I don't know. This is how much do DoorDash drivers make, right? On average, all right, how much do you make as a DoorDash driver called a dasher varies significantly. The company gives drivers a minimum of $2 per delivery job. In 2020, DoorDash announced that Dashers earn an average of $22 per hour in 2020. Now they're saying 25. But let's see how much they actually earn. And really quick, DoorDash driver earnings by location. The employment site ZipRecruiter found that DoorDash delivery drivers who work in the following cities earn the most on average. And I'll just go down to the closest thing to Yonkers in New York. Here in Brooklyn, New York, it comes out to about $19.44 per hour. But remember, that's before expenses. They're driving their vehicle all day. You got wear and tear in the car, gas prices are through the roof. And so, they're going to now increase what you pay for DoorDash. And, Anthony Moranti and some of these people are really out of touch. They're out of touch because he's trying to make it seem like, well, Anthony Moranti's, if you don't want to use this, I mean, who's really going to use it? You don't have to use it. You can now go to the restaurant. It's an option, right? It's a free market. You can choose to use it or not. But the reality is there are people that don't have an option. People who are disabled, elderly people who can't get to the restaurant, people who are on fixed incomes, limited incomes. Anthony Moranti, right? Not everybody has a part-time job that pays like 2 full-time jobs with all perks and benefits and everything else. So they're very out of touch. I thought that was crazy. I just thought even the idea of you considering removing the cap on the fee is just crazy to me. When you're supposed to represent the people. If I was there, I said, no, I'm saving my constituents money. You guys are rich. You guys make a lot of money. And he even says, I can't deny with this little smile, the guy that was there, that we've made a lot of money. The last 2 years, we did really, really well. Yeah. While so many people are struggling, have lost their jobs, people are becoming homeless. People are struggling to pay rent and mortgage. And that's a fact. According to Westchester County, 50% of those living in the county, in the city of Yonkers, are struggling to pay their housing costs and are probably paying for a house or apartment that they cannot afford, but somehow are making it work. And is that through jobs like DoorDash? Probably, because a lot of people have now picked up these side hustles, and many have complained that the company takes a lot of money, but it's a quick side hustle, right? You can go in and out anytime you want. It's not like a traditional job where you have to be on a schedule and all that stuff. This is, hey, I got some free time today. I'm going to go Uber. That's what a lot of people say. Hey, I got some free time today. You know what? I'm going to go Uber Eats. I'm going to go DoorDash real quick, right? But they complain. So I know a lot of people. But I'm very upset with the city council. Anyway, moving on.
Let's get it popping.
Yeah, this is Let's Get It Popping.
Let's get it popping. Let's get it.
That's right. Today, another incident at the building department. And the reason why I'm bringing this up is because there seems to be a problem here in the city of Yonkers. There seems to be this complete disregard by certain individuals for the rights and respect of others, people who are associated somehow with the city or want to be associated with individuals within the city who treat other people with disrespect and in a manner that's not okay. And it's allowed to happen. And it's going to cause problems. It's going to cause, at least with me, because I'm not playing it no more. Again, I go to the building department. I email an individual. I say, hey, what time can I come over? Is 2:00 good? They say, sure, that works. Anytime. Okay, no problem. I head on over there after I had lunch, quietly, respectfully, peacefully. And once again, an individual by the name of Donnell Little, AKA Bully, disrespects and aggressively tells me I need to wait outside. Again, I thought this was taken care of. The individual I know from outside of his employment has made this personal because he's the only one that makes it an issue. The individual has threatened me both in the building department and outside of the building department. He threatened me through social media. I'm not sure what this individual's problem is, but it's about time maybe I speak to my attorney. People behind the glass watched as he yelled, telling them to tell me to get out. And they just looked at him. Even the police officer said this to him, like, relax, dude. You're the only one being disorderly. Now, this individual, I'm finding out, works for the city as a security officer. It says security officer for the 4th precinct. I'm going to play the video here so I can show you what happened earlier today at the building department as I attempted to peacefully, again, go and take care of business as everyone else does there. People were well aware that I was coming by. And I even attempted to show him the email. I said, dude, I emailed the individual. They know I'm coming. I don't care about your email. Get outside. I didn't want to make it a big issue because I can ignore it and I can move on. My life will be fine. But I think about the possibility of children he may have to support, other individuals that rely on him to bring in the money that he's making. And if I were to make an issue and seek to sue and fire and get him fired, how would that affect him financially? This is the way I'm thinking. Yet every time I walk up in there, this brother, a black man, wants to continually disrespect a Latino in front of everybody, in front of the vice president of the Yonkers NAACP, Keisha Skipper. And I'm done. I'm tired of it. I'm not sure what's his problem, but it's definitely personal and it's way out of line. And at this point, it's illegal. And I'm going to show you why. Let me show you the video here first of me going into the building department. I went in and I tried to do it peacefully as possible. Call Maria. I just emailed Maria. Call her. She's texting me. Yo, you know you made yourself look like. I said to him, he says, go outside. I said, can you please call? I said, call Maria. She's expecting me. I don't care. Go outside. Food that day, right? You did. They wonder why you guys have a walkie. Yeah, they wondering though. The cops is wondering, like, why they give those guys a walkie? What I'm telling him then, I'm sorry, I have my phone in my pocket, is that the police officer, when he called last week and radioed the 1017, they came and then they were upset and they were asking themselves, why do these individuals have police radios? Why are they calling calls over the radio as if they're police officers? 1017, using the code. They had 6 police officers last week, 6 cops cars, I should say, 12 police officers. This was literally 20 minutes before the officer was shot on Elm Street. 1017. I'm not going outside. You have to call the cops. Call the cops. Hear him yelling. You see this? He's telling me to step outside for whatever reason. Renee, tell me to step outside, Renee. Keep telling me. He tells me to call the parents. He says, I do that all the time. But the last time I walked in there peacefully and he made a big scene, the cops came, did absolutely nothing. He said they were going to arrest me the minute they showed up. They did no such thing. They apologized to me, allowed me to conduct my business, and I went on about my day. And now he's doing it again. This is an individual that goes by the name of Bully. He was an aspiring rapper and now works for the city as a security officer, but his rap moniker was Bully. Yeah, that's right, Bully. He's calling the police again. Use the walkie. Did you hear that? The guy said, who is it, Freddie? I didn't cause any problems last time. He did. He got the police there. The police were upset. I went there and I was very respectful. And in fact, I have never been disrespectful to anyone, never cursed at anyone, never been aggressive to anyone at any time, any visit that I've been to, and never threatened anyone, unlike Mr. Bully here, who's threatened me several times now. Look, they already know by name. He said Freddie. And that's what I did last time I stood here and I just kind of waited. Look, they know. I'm not going outside. I'm not. You're being disorderly. He says I'm being disorderly. Look at this big guy.
Call Maria. Can you call Maria? She's expecting me. Maria Santabello. She's expecting me. You want to see that? You want to see my email between Maria and I? Maria called and tell me when he's coming down. She didn't call me. Maria don't call me. She tells me. Do you want to see the emails? Do you want to see the emails from today? You're the one. Yo, why are you doing all this? Why don't you just sign me and let me go and do what I gotta do? Why are you making it a big deal? Is it personal with you? Is it? It is personal. No, I don't. No, I don't. No, I don't. No, I don't. I did pretty good for myself. I've done very well for myself. Thank you. I think I know how to handle myself in life. Oh, I do. I've done very well in life. But, you know, when you do good, you get haters. I get it.
Haters.
You ain't new. You ain't nothing new.
So now the police officer walks in.
How you doing, officer? Do you want to see the email from Maria Santabello? She's expecting me.
Watch how the officer waves him away.
You see? I'm sitting here quietly, officer. You see? You want to see my email? Absolutely. You want to see the email?
So I go outside while she talks to him.
See that? The police officer here is like, she's fed up with it also. But
She was very fed up.
No one can say nothing to this guy. I don't know what's his issue with me. But Maria Santabello is expecting me. I have an email from 2:05, which is less than an hour ago, where she said, come on and bring the revisions over. And this is what I got to deal with. I don't get it.
So according to Mr. Bully there, the big individual that you saw there, who keeps yelling at me and yelling at me to go outside. The reason why I'm on a list there, right? They have a list of people. I'm on this list because of a recording, because I recorded. That's it. It's not because I was disrespectful. I wasn't rude or cursing at anyone. I didn't get aggressive. I didn't threaten anyone. I didn't get crazy. No, I didn't do any of that. It's because I simply recorded my interactions with the building department, and he was in that recording and he got upset. And ever since then, this is what I've been going through because of recording. Well, folks, let's find out what is the law, right, when it comes to recording in the state of New York. I'm going to tell you that first, and then I'll talk to you about trespassing. New York state law gives people a right to record via audio or video on their own property, at their place of work, and in public spaces, which includes the building department. However, they must consider the privacy of others when doing so. Yes, and what do they mean by that? This right does not extend to dressing rooms, bathrooms, and other places that are deemed private. Well, that's obvious. That's the only consideration I have to extend to anyone in a public place, as long as I'm not filming them in a public bathroom or a public dressing room or anywhere they're going to be getting nude, right? Obviously, that's obvious. Now let's talk about trespassing, right? In public places. While closing public buildings to generally, I'm sorry, is that it? Okay. No, here. Have a good reason. That's what they say, right? Have a good reason. If you're going to ban someone from a public building, you must have a good reason, right? Based on the above, it's clear that a person may be charged with trespassing when he or she enters a public building that is closed to the public generally, right? So if it's closed, yes, but this wasn't closed. Either on a permanent basis, right, or after certain hours. So if the building department, after 3 o'clock or whenever they close, and then I went inside, then I would be trespassing, right? For but defendants could properly be prosecuted for trespassing on property by a municipal transit authority when they refuse to leave a metro station after hours. Things get more complicated when someone in charge of a public building wants to ban a specific individual from the building while allowing other members of the public to access the building. That's exactly what was happening. For example, if a person appears in the office of a local tax collector and is disruptive or threatening, the tax collector may wish to bar the person from returning. This sort of circumstance raises all sorts of possible legal issues, some of which are outside of this guy's expertise. So without any claim to completeness, the following ideas may be worth considering. If you're going to ban me, have a good reason. There should be a good reason for banning the person, and everyone who is similarly situated should be treated the same way. Courts seek to protect all citizens against capricious and arbitrary enforcement of an unlawful entry statutes by public officials, so that an individual's otherwise lawful presence on public property is not conditioned upon the mere whim of the public official. And that's what's happening. Just because it's me, that's why this guy's getting an ish and having an attitude and telling me to leave. Provide some opportunity, which they have not done, for the person to be heard before being banned. There is at least some authority suggesting that banning a person without any opportunity to be heard about ban implicates procedural due process, right? And it tells you to look up this case study. Don't ban based on expressive conduct. Okay, a ban should not be based on a person's decision to engage in conduct protected by the First Amendment, and that includes cursing. But I wasn't even cursing, such as advocating for a particular point of view, which is what I was doing. If the person is banned from the building for reasons unrelated to the expressive conduct, they may be charged with trespassing when they re-enter the building, even if they re-enter for the purpose of engaging in the expressive conduct. And there goes case study again. Provide a means to conduct essential business. Banning a person from a building that houses essential government functions may be essentially challenging. People in control of such buildings may wish to consider less restrictive alternatives to banning a disruptive person, such as requiring the person to be escorted while in the building. Yes, but I was never disruptive. That's the thing. The only reason why they want to escort me, and first of all, they shouldn't make me wait outside. I'll sit there quietly while someone comes to escort me, but don't tell me to go outside, okay? And I was never disruptive. They just did not like the fact that I videotaped, which is legal, while I was conducting business, and I posted it. They didn't like that. They didn't like that at all. Well, if you have nothing to hide, then you should have nothing to worry about, okay? And in fact, I have on that same video, well, the first time when I video, the individual threatening me. And I also have the screenshots of the threatening messages he sent via social media, okay? So now I'm going to speak to my attorney because this has happened way too many times, and I'm not supposed to be subjected through that ordeal. Now, he's threatening to have me arrested for disorderly conduct and claiming that I'm being disorderly. Well, this according to New York State, disorderly conduct. A person is guilty of disorderly conduct when with intent to cause public inconvenience, which I had no intentions of. I was going there to do as I am supposed to be doing, like everyone else, drop off plans. Maria Santabello, who works at the building department, was expecting me. We had communicated prior, okay? So there was never any public inconvenience, annoyance, or alarm, or recklessly creating a risk thereof. He engages in fighting or in violent, tumultuous, or threatening behavior. I was not doing that. However, I cannot say the same for the employee of the city of Yonkers, who I feel was threatening, and his behavior, his presence, him getting up and coming from around the counter. I can perceive that as threatening, which I did because I am half his size, right? And about 1/3 of his weight. No, probably less, actually. I'm sorry. Not even, right? So, I mean, 1/4, if that. And he makes unreasonable noise, which I was not, or in a public place, he uses abusive or obscene language or makes obscene gestures, which I did not. Without lawful authority, he disturbs any lawful assembly or meetings of a person, which I did not. He obstructs vehicular or pedestrian traffic, or he congregates with others in a public place and refuses to comply with lawful orders of the police to disperse, which I was not. He creates a hazardous or physically offensive conditions by an act which serves no legitimate purpose, which I did not. However, I can't say the same for Mr. Bully, because I do feel I feel that he was physically offensive, threatening, and he has verbally threatened me. So City of Yonkers, I'm going to speak with my attorney tomorrow. I have to. I'm not sure what this is about. I'm not sure if you guys should be having that list. Exactly why did you put me on this list? Why did you single me out? What's the reason? You didn't give me any opportunity to speak about the issues that I was having with the building department. No, they didn't even ask me. They just said, hey, let's just help you. Let's just get this guy's stuff done. Why? Because they do not want me talking about a lot of the stuff I have been talking about. And I haven't even talked about the real interesting and probably illegal, definitely unethical stuff, because I don't really want to go all there. I really don't. It's not my goal. It's not my goal. I started this podcast because they were giving me hell. I started this podcast because I know for a fact that officials sought to ruin and damage my business. And there's no way to deny it. Unfortunately, Mr. You Know Who and whoever were the ones that asked you to do this, they can't deny it. They can't. Unfortunately, it's too late. You spilled the beans. So this isn't me just being crazy or being upset or being angry. This is about elected officials making an active effort and a collective effort to stall my business, ruin my business's reputation by utilizing the false CPS reports and order of protections against me to make me seem like a bad and wicked daycare owner who you should keep your kids away from. That's right. This is a fact. Elected officials. A fact. A fact. And that's beside the information that I have. And that is why they're helping me. So don't get it twisted. I'm not dealing with this no more. You better talk to homeboy, because I'm going to take it all the way. I'm not playing. I'm not going to be disrespected. I didn't go in there to disrespect anybody. And the fact that police officers are even fed up and wondering what the hell is his problem is enough for you to tell him to chill. Sit back. Fall back, Mr. Security Officer for the 4th Precinct. And do they vet these individuals well? I'm not sure of his criminal record, but he is an individual who is a gangster or an aspiring gangster rapper who went by the name of Bully, who talked about shooting and beating people up. Should I be concerned, Yonkers, about your employee? Should I? I mean, he's talked about what he does to people in his music. He's extremely huge. I wouldn't take it lightly. So should I be afraid, Yonkers? Should I file an order of protection? I think I may. I think I may. I mean, I have evidence. I'm going to show you. Threaten me over social media. I try not to even go this far with this guy, right? Because I don't like to do that to people. But individuals leave you no choice sometimes. Mr. Donnell Little, if you can see here, security guard, police 4th Precinct, making $43,000. This is 2021. What is a security guard for the 4th Precinct? I don't know what that is. Why don't they have a regular officer there? They have one at City Hall, and they're much more respectful and nicer than this gangster rapper. Did you vet this guy? Should I look up his criminal past? Let's see. Should I on live? I mean, is he going to come beat me up now if I do this? Should I be concerned because I have to protect myself? I have to make it public because obviously the city of Yonkers is not going to protect me. The auxiliary officer that was there heard him make the threat that day when I went up and I was filming with my staff member. And I even said, did you hear him? Did you hear what he said? And he nodded his head. And, you know, and that police officer is Latino, the auxiliary cop. You know, you're a disappointment, guy. You're a disappointment because I'm a Hispanic, you're Hispanic, and I've been respectful to you. I even saw you at the St. Patrick's Day parade. I was with my kids, and I walked over, and I said hello, and I shook your hand. And you're still being a disrespectful person. You could help with that situation. You could say, listen, hold on, I got it. I'll walk with him upstairs. That's what I would have done. I would have done, chill, Mr. Bully. Really, I got it. I'll walk with him upstairs. Rather than tell him to go outside and wait for a police officer to come from City Hall just to escort me. What nonsense is that? You got cops getting shot. They got more important things to do. So Donnell Little, you need to chill out. I don't know you. You think you know me, but I don't know you. You don't know me. And when my attorney goes and files lawsuits, I'm going to name you specifically. I'm going to name you specifically for harassment, violating my civil rights. And that's the problem that people deal with. It's not just me. It's not just me, but because it's happening to me, I'm going to take on the fight for everybody because it's not just me. People have been having issues with the building department for a very long time now. Very, very long time. Complaining and being treated disrespectfully. And the architect that I used on this particular for my daycare, the disrespect, she didn't even want to go there. My wife had to go with her because she didn't feel comfortable. They talked down to her. They made her feel she's stupid because she has an accent. She's Brazilian. They even talked to my wife, the commissioner, disrespectfully. They made my wife cry. There were 3 women there who came over to my wife after she walked out of the meeting and consoled her. They even told me the other day that she was a very sweet woman, and I thanked them for doing that. And my wife said, you know, I got the sense that he speaks to all the women there like that. From the conversation I had the women after, I could tell he must speak like that to them, and that's why they came to her aid. Disgusting. But not everybody's like that. A lot of nice people in there I've met so far. Maria, great woman, helped me out a lot. And some other women in there. I appreciate you guys. So I don't want to make it seem like all the building department. It's just, again, a few bad apples. A few bad apples that have been disrespectful and rude to me, to my architect, and my wife. And why is this individual, Mr. Security Guard, why does he know when my meetings, you know, are supposed to be occurring? Because last week he said, oh, he didn't even come to his meeting. He missed his meeting. He didn't even know what he was talking about because we didn't miss the meeting. My wife attended the meeting, but how did he even know I had a meeting? Why is he clocking me? Why does he have all that information? All he's supposed to do is check IDs. That's it. Ask where you're going. Let me see ID and keep it moving. But now we're going to make a big issue, Mr. Don. Now, you want to be tough, guy? Be tough. You said you're going to see me in the street and you're going to do something, right? Okay. Well, whenever you feel like it, if you see me, do what you need to do. Okay? Do what you need to do, Mr. Tough Guy. Do what you need to do. You already know why you don't hang out over there by the Block Car Wash no more. Everybody know. Everybody know. They know what's up with you. So please. So I'll be giving you an update on that, how it goes, because I will be speaking to my attorney. Let's see what we're going to do, legal actions. They're going to get me off that list. Bottom line. You're going to get me off that list because I have too much business to be doing in the building department, be going through that crap every day. Okay? And the city of Yonkers should be focused on shootings. Today, there was another shooting on Buena Vista Avenue, the street that I grew up on. 202 Buena Vista. 3 shots rang off and an individual was hit. They weren't life-threatening injuries, but he was hit by a bullet. I don't know much more information. Still looking for the shooter, I believe. I haven't gone back to get an update in a couple hours. Not sure if they did catch someone, but the person was rushed to area hospital. He is going to survive. That's shooting number 4. The mayor and the mayor's office in City Hall had just finished sharing posts touting how Yonkers has only had 3 shootings. I say, don't speak just yet. Wait till the year's over. Because statistically, we're going to be having another shooting within the next 2 weeks We seem to be having a shooting every other week. It was just last week there was a shooting on Elm. Everyone knows about that. And those aren't the only shootings, believe it or not. There are shootings that are not reported. If you got your ear to the street, like I do, I talk to a lot of people. And oftentimes there are shootings, just random shootings. No one gets hit. Sometimes the cops are not called, but the residents know about it. Sometimes the cops are called, but they don't see anyone. They don't find anyone. So it's not reported on the database. It happens a lot. You hear gunshots. I mean, I remember when I lived on the Southwest side, you'd hear gunshots and you didn't see police come by, not all the time. So there are a lot of possibilities where there have been shootings that we don't even know about that happened this year. It just so happens no one was shot. But does that make it any less, of a problem? I don't think so. If bullets are flying, we should be concerned. We should feel lucky that no one was hit. But we definitely have to address that. And actually, that happened not too long ago. I went to the store over by Whitney Young, and they were talking about the shooting that had happened in early that morning. It was like 2 a.m. And it was gunshots going off and, nobody was hit, but they were talking about it. And that happens quite often. So what are the city officials doing about it? I've asked this question. I haven't seen anything mentioned, but they want to remove the cap for DoorDash to increase their fees. Maybe that'll stop shootings. Right? Maybe people will be so broke from paying these outrageous delivery fees that they won't be able to afford bullets or guns. Maybe. And did you watch the meeting today? Tasha Diaz is just not there. Her question, which she asked in like 10 different ways, was whether or not the stickers, because I didn't mention this, but they also talked about giving delivery drivers these stickers. They would have to register for them. So that way, if they are double parked, making a delivery or parked illegally, they get like a 15-minute, window of, being allowed to park illegally, while they make the delivery so they don't get a ticket, which I thought was the stupidest idea. It came from, I believe, Corazon Pineda Isaac and maybe Tasha did. I don't think, no, not Tasha, I think Shanae Williams. Stupid idea. If you get a ticket while delivering, why not go to court, bring the receipt showing, information showing that there was a transaction, a purchase or order that day to that address at that time, and let the judge sort it out. But to give individuals a sticker that basically gives them, 10, 15-minute grace period where they can park anywhere just about, because now they were having trouble defining where can they actually park. I mean, you should have heard these guys. They were like this debating on, what was, considered legal, what illegal parking was considered legal with this sticker, right? So they were debating on, how to park legally, illegally, legally. I mean, it was crazy. It's illegal parking no matter how you spin it, no matter how many stickers, plates, signs, or whatever you want to put on the vehicle, okay? And it's not like this is happening often. Many of the double parked cars and those that are parked illegally are not making deliveries. And some areas you just cannot park double park. You just will block the entire road. So the fact that they are looking to give people, the right to just illegally park, as long as it's not in a fire hydrant or a bus stop, right? It has to be, one of those spaces where, with the stop sign that says no parking from here to the corner, where there's no fire hydrant, boom, bam. What? That is the stupidest idea. And rather than talking about the shootings, you know why they don't talk about it? Because they don't want people to think about it. They want it to just get swept under the rug. Stop talking about it. Don't talk about the shootings in Yonkers. Don't talk about the drug addiction. Don't talk about the people doing the fiend lean. You know what the fiend lean is? You know what the fiend lean is? From heroin addicts, they, after they shoot up or whatever, they get into the high, I guess, they like lean really low, but then never fall and then get back up. So I see that happening throughout the city as I drive around. You got people chilling on different corners doing the fiend lean, holding on to a gate, trying to stay up. People panhandling throughout the city of Yonkers. And they're not talking about this. They're talking about removing the cap on the DoorDash fee and providing delivery drivers with stickers that allow them to park illegally. This is what they're talking about. And then the city majority leader, Tasha Diaz, was super confused. She didn't understand what the difference was between public and private roads. She then asked, well, what if, like where I live, it's private, you know, and so they come and the delivery drivers, they park in front of the building. I mean, will they be able to get away with it there also? I mean, or will they still get the ticket? How does that work? Like and then they said, well, that's private. That's not public road. So we don't even, that's not even, well, I mean, but, you know, but if it's a private building, I mean, if they come there and they park in the front, I mean, technically they're delivering food and technically they are a delivery driver and technically they're going to have a sticker. So technically, are they going to get a ticket? Technically? It's a private freaking, it's up to the building. They're not going to give them a ticket on private property. It's, well, you know, like, because we have Don Glow or E-Glow or E-Glue or Woo Glue or whatever it was, the company that they use, and she's trying to act like she don't know them. You are the president of the association, aren't you? Or were at one point. You don't know the company. You can't call them up and say, hey, if you see these delivery drivers with the sticker, don't tow them. And in fact, aren't you the ones that called them to get towed to begin with? I mean, you should have seen that she wasted 10 minutes. Even the guy was like, the point is that, I mean, folks, we have people that are incapable intellectually operating and managing this city. We got individuals with freaking ghetto mentalities, ignorant mentalities, meeting us at the front door as we walk into the building department, disrespecting members of the community that do a lot for the damn community. And this is allowed to happen. While morons go ahead and operate in our politics. I'm tired of it. I'm getting fed up. It's silly. It's ridiculous. Thank God only 5 people were watching the city council meeting. And that's probably why. People don't want to lose brain cells watching it. What about Trevor Park? What about the marina? What are you doing? Are you guys going to give it up? Or are you going to save it? Or are you going to ignore it? Are you going to hope it goes away? Out of sight, out of mind. Just like the shootings, just like the drug addiction, just like the mental health epidemic. It's bad in Getty Square. It's bad along Palisade. It's bad as you go up Locust Hill. It's bad along Warburton Avenue. And what are they doing? Increasing DoorDash delivery fees. Giving individual stickers to double park. Because that is the great ideas that they come up with. Well, I wouldn't be surprised if they named the month of May DoorDash Delivery Month. It's just, folks, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. This is just ridiculous. I've never seen anything like this. I've lived in other places before, and I've seen their government operate. It's embarrassing. It's embarrassing. It's embarrassing. It's a joke. And I think that people have truly just given up. Like I said, I speak to a lot of people, a lot of members of the community, and I just don't see it. There's a disconnect, again, between the residents and those that operate within our government. The disconnect. And I think people have pretty much just said, forget it. We don't care. Whatever. It's never going to change, right? No. We're going to change. I want to keep talking about it. I want you guys to continue. Don't give up. Consistency is key. That's how we make change. It doesn't happen overnight. And it won't happen in one election cycle, but it will happen if you remain consistent, if you remain as disgusted with it as I am. That is our building department. We pay taxes. That man gets paid from money that we put into the pot. Those that work hard and pay lots of taxes, contribute to the community, while other individuals have job security, don't have to worry about finding a job because they're going to get appointed somewhere and not do very much, making over $100,000 a year and haven't done anything for the city or for society, for that matter. Just milking our system, milking our money. And they wonder why we don't have money for the kids. They wonder why our schools don't have proper sports programs, proper music programs, why they lack so much in equipment and technology. Sad. It's unbelievable. I just can't. I can't. And it's unbelievable. And it's time to change that. I'm going to keep going at it. I'm going to keep making noise, whether by myself or with all of you. And I hope you guys join me. And John Rubo opened the community center for the elderly. I will be at that protest. That's right. There's going to be a protest by the seniors. The seniors have to come out there and protest. This freaking guy is making these elderly individuals come out and protest in order to get their community center opened up again. Why hasn't he opened it up? What's the problem, John? This is what pisses me off. This is their job, and no one holds them accountable. Unbelievable. I want to let people know. I want to show the flyer because I'm going to be out there, and we're going to get that center opened up. It's for the elderly. What's going on? Senior protest. Join us Tuesday, May 3rd, 2022 at 12 p.m. at the Bernice Spreckman Community Center, 771 McLean Avenue at the parking lot. Please stand united with the Yonkers senior citizens as we rally to have the Bernice Spreckman Community Center reopened. We have waited over 2 years. The only thing we have received are empty promises. Why? Why have they waited so long for it to open? Look at this. They installed these things here, these equipment, right? These workout equipment. They did a whole freaking press release, media. They had the cameras there. I think John Rubo and others were on the bikes showing off. And they do this often, and it pisses me off. I don't like to be lied to. I don't know about you folks, but I don't like to be lied to. I don't like to be bullshitted. I'm not into that. And they do this whole scene. They on the bike smiling. We did this, we did that, and you can't even use it. The seniors can't even go into the center when it's hot, on hot days. You know those days when they say all over the news, if you're elderly, try to get to a cooling place? Well, that would be one of the cooling places for the elderly on that side of town. But it's not open. But they told you it was. They pretended it was. They were on TV acting like it was, the same way they did about the community center up on Nodine Hill, Elm Street and Walnut. It's still not open. It still looks just like this, under construction. So those kids have to be outside because they don't have a community center to stay safe from the flying bullets, and they're getting hit. And what are they saying about it? Not a damn thing. They're pretending to care about those that do not, in their eyes, contribute like they would like them to. The hell with you guys. You don't bring anything. That's what they think. That's how they believe. They only care about where they can make money. Perfectly good place to do things from the community, and they don't have it opened up. 2 years. Why? Why? I don't get it. I don't understand it. Someone please help me understand it. I'm truly trying to understand it. Anyway, I want to go to this article here. Independent journalist recording video sends New Rochelle City Hall into a tizzy. Let me tell you, folks, this guy right here, does he look like me? He's probably more handsome. All right? He's probably more handsome than me. But does he look like me? I wear an LA hat. He wears a New York hat. My hat is blue. His is burgundy. But I was mistaken for this guy not that long ago. He walked into the Yonkers City Hall, and it sent this Yonkers City Hall into a tizzy. And they were saying, Freddie's here, Freddie's here, Freddie's here. And Vinny Spano came out, and he looked at him. He said, that's not Freddie. Because Vinny knows me. Vinny knows me well. Good guy. From what I know, I could only tell you what I know of personally and also what I hear from people, right? I will tell you that too. But from what I know personally, he said, that's not Freddie. And everybody's trying to convince him that it was. Like, no, I know that's not Freddie. He actually said Freddie's a much more handsome guy. I don't think so. I think he's much more handsome. But that's what Vinny told him. Thank you, Vinny. And ever since that day, they look out for this guy as well. This is a auditor. He's one of those auditors. He goes around auditing law enforcement, government agencies, assuring that they are respecting the rights of the people. Sean Paul Reyes is his name. Hey, look, they say that, they think that all black people are alike or all white people are alike. Well, I guess they think all Hispanics are alike too, because they thought this guy was me. But I'll take it because he's a handsome guy. Sean Paul Reyes, age 30. I'm much younger, however, I'm 21. From Brookhaven, New York, returned to City Hall today to file notice of a claim against the city of New Rochelle and the city school district of New Rochelle for what he says are violations of his constitutional rights. Something similar to what I'm going to be doing. The basis for the claims are contained in an edited video depiction of his experience last Monday, August 2nd, walking around New Rochelle City Hall with a body cam video camera on his chest and a second video camera in his hand, because it is not illegal to film in City Hall. It's a public building. However, that got me on the list, and that is my fault, according to Mr. Bully. Reyes is reportedly part of a social media group known as the First Amendment Audits, which record video inside public buildings. The purpose of his recording appears to be multifaceted, to provoke confrontations with public officials, security guards, and police officers, expose violations of the U.S. Constitution, in particular the First Amendment and Fourth Amendment, create videos that both educate and entertain, gather news and information to disseminate to the public, generate page views, and generate advertising revenues. Something I do not. I do not receive anything, any money for what I do here, Basement Politics. This is truly a volunteer position for me, okay? It truly is. But these guys do it for money. Some media outlets have implied that Reyes' credibility is undermined because his reporting is done to generate advertising dollars. That is why I don't take the advertising money. It was offered to me. It was offered to me right up in City Hall. Take it, Freddie, take it. No, I don't want to be compromised. I don't want anyone assuming that I have been compromised, right? So I turned it down. I had to, but I get it. For some people right here in Yonkers who do it, it's their bread and butter. That's what they said. Fortunately for me, I do other things. This is just a mission from God for me. Yeah, a mission from God. I'm crazy for thinking I can take all these people on. And I am, though. We're going to do it. The real issue appears to be that some government officials, security guards like Mr. Bully, and police officers dislike the nature of Reyes' reporting and view his reporting as anti-cop. In what can only be described as massive overkill, the response to Reyes roaming the hallways, stairwell, and common areas of City Hall is 2 security guards, 7 police officers. This is like my issue the other day. 4 police vehicles and 3 assistant school superintendents. In the video, Assistant Superintendent for Business and Administration, Greg Kern, Assistant Superintendent, names all these people, not addressed by Reyes or anyone appearing in the video, is a key question. Who controls what part of the building? Reyes appears unaware that City Hall is not simply a municipal office building. The building there is also, I guess, contains the high school, Albert Leonard High School, that could be crazy. They need to make sure that no one from the city government is seen in the video asking Reyes to leave. It is Dr. Reynolds who first says on camera, the police have been called, right? He later backtracked saying he assumes they have been called. Of course, they always backtracking and lying. That's why I'm videotaping. That's why I be videotaping, because they're always backtracking and lying. That is why I record. I don't record to be sneaky, Mr. Liam McLaughlin, because he asked me about that. I record because you guys are liars, and then you try to backtrack. I learned that after recording CPS, and then they tried to backtrack. They tried to lie, and I got them, and there's no way out of it. When you say it, and I got it, and I got it when I talk about the officials who try to come after my business. You cannot deny it, unless you guys are going to say that the individual who told me that was lying. But then again, if he is that liar, and why would he accuse people who basically pay him? They give him the money from the advertisement. Why would he lie about them? They're his bread and butter. No, I'm not attacking you. I'm not bothering you, Mr. You-know-who. As a claim made by Dr. Reynolds that he has a right to feel safe, whatever, blah, blah, blah. So anyway, again, this guy walked into Yonkers, also City Hall. They mistaked him for me. The only one who knew it wasn't me was Vinny Spano. Thanks, Vinny. Thanks for recognizing me. Thanks for knowing that not all Hispanics look alike. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. I do. Anyway, so there's consequences for that. There are definitely consequences for that. This guy's going to file a notice of complaint, right, with the I guess, police department, the city, or whatever. Heck, if he does nothing other than make government employees aware that we, the people, have a right to observe that which is observable by the naked eye, it can't be bad thing from where we sit, right? So again, that's why I was recording when I went into City Hall. I want to make sure there's clarity. There's no backtracking, that we are all on the same page. And I educate and disseminate information to the public. That's all I'm trying to do. The key point Reyes wants to make is that he has a First Amendment right to record video anywhere he can see from a public area, and a Fourth Amendment right not to produce identification. So why is Bully asking me for identification? That is this whole issue. His understanding of the law, and in particular constitutional issues, is limited to which is to be expected, given, he says, his education in constitutional law is gleaned primarily from watching YouTube videos. Julie Perkins of New York Times of Connecticut reported on Ray's recording in Danbury and contacted the local ACLU chapter. Should I contact the ACLU guys? Ray said he planned to file lawsuits and internal affairs complaints, and he may win or may not, or a little of both. The statement by the district officials and police officers are disturbing and require some explanation. We may have made various media inquiries and FOIA requests to the city of New Rochelle, the New Rochelle Police Department, and the city school district of New Rochelle, and we'll update our reporting. And again, by the way, folks, they have to provide those FOIA requests. So anyone who has, filed for FOIA requests, or I've requested stuff through FOIA, right, Freedoms of Information Act, and has not received it, because I hear that happens a lot here, it's time to report that stuff. Let's go to the questions, comments. Fred, we need to compile an email list and make newsletters to start informing residents of public hearings. I'm with you. I'm 1,000% with you. Let's do it. Let's do it. I wish guys, I can't do it all by myself. I need a team. I got your backs. And, I was going to have the family of the individual, that the suspect, Brian Jackson, the one that shot Officer Brian, meant to come on the show. They were just wanting to just talk about what happened and just get some clarity and tell their side. They didn't want to come on and blame police or nothing like that. They weren't anti-cop. They weren't anti-police officer. They were just concerned and wanted questions, and it felt like no one was helping them. So they wanted to come on my show to get help, because attorneys were laughing and being mean and rude and saying, well, he shot a cop, he deserved to die. That's what a couple of attorneys said to them when they called. And it's not right. I'm a human. The guy made a bad decision. He did. There's no justifying that. It's wrong. What happened, but the family is not guilty. And as a human, I can't, have that same feeling toward them. And I don't think anyone else should. And they just want answers because they were hurting. But they decided not to come on because of fear of retaliation. They felt that if they came on the podcast, that, some of the members of the family who still live here in the city of Yonkers would have trouble. And I would hope not, because again, they weren't coming on to bash police or anything like that. They just wanted actually some clarity and wanted to see if they can find help because no one is willing, no attorneys are willing to help them. No one wants to get on that, right? It shot a cop. That's major news, but they have not received the body yet, and they want to do a proper burial. They want to bury the body, and they have not been able to get the body released. So that's what they need help with, understanding the legalities and the process, and hoping to recover the body, because really they want to bury, their relative, their loved one, and move on from this, because it's a tragic thing all around. So, but they didn't want to come on because of retaliation. But look, we can't be scared of retaliation. And I'm not talking about them. I'm saying in general. Let's do it. Let's get together. Let's put these individuals on notice. Let's let them know we're watching. We're going to hold you accountable. We're going to hold your feet to the fire. We're not going to be bullied. Okay? And we want to know, what are you guys doing about the shootings? Yes, we know that crime is down, but people are still getting shot. There's still shootings happening. And here's another one. Statistically, right, we should have at least 12 shootings this year. That's what we're on target for. 12 or more shootings. Let's hope not. 2 and 3 shootings result in an officer getting injured here in the city of Yonkers. Those are real statistics. Fred, we need to compile an email list and make newsletters starting from. I'm with that. How do we do it? Why is it closed? The Bernice Breckman Community Center? Because I hear, from what I hear, is it's being done out of spite. I hear that Councilman Rubo wanted a dog park, but the elderly, the seniors in the community fought him on it. And so that didn't happen. And so out of spite, he's dragging his feet getting it completed. That's BS. And we need to all be there on Saturday. And I'm going to be there, or whatever that day is, May 2nd. I'm going to be there. I'm going to let everybody know. And we're going to show and point out who the individual is that's causing this. It's for the elderly. Yo, folks, really? We're going to do the elderly like that? Y'all not going to support the elderly of our community, your grandmas and grandpas, abuelos and abuelas? We're not going to support them, the nanas? No? We need to be there. They need to open that up. That's also a cooling station for people. People die in hot days, the elderly. And John Rubo's like an angry little child. Like an angry child being spiteful. Unbelievable. So if we had an email list, can we inform them about the rally? Yeah, let's do it. How do you want to do it? politicwithfred@gmail.com. Contact me. Let's do it. Let's get together. Let's stop being scared. I ain't scared of these people. What are they going to do with it? They can't kill us, can they? They going to kill me? You going to kill me? I don't got a job in the city. You going to take it away? You going to take my wife's job? You going to fire her? Oh, I hope so. I'm looking for the lawsuit. I am. I'm just like, let's go. I'm waiting for it. I'm crossing my T's and dotting my I's. Absolutely. You best believe, because I'm waiting. It's like this. Whoosh, lawsuit. Whoosh, lawsuit. Buy me a couple Lambos, you know what I mean? A couple more Lambos, and then give them out to the community. Here you go. Courtesy of the city. By the way, it's time to get a new director of constituent services. And I say this. If the position were to be offered to me, and I would be given the same salary of $120,000 a year, I will, in writing, guaranteed, I will give $60,000 of it to the Yonkers Public Schools every year. So essentially, I would be making half what the person is making now and doing twice as good of a job. Now, that is what we need in the city. Individuals with that mindset. Give me half. $120,000 for this constituent service guy who does zero for the city, and then he got his husband a job making $86,000 who also does zero. And then they're appointing the owners of their buildings' granddaughters to zoning boards and all that here in the city. Come on. So again, not that I want it. I don't. But I would take it and give half of the salary away to something, whether it's schools, $60,000 every year. And by the way, I do want to mention this. Oh, I'm glad I remembered. There are about 3 girls who need some help with the prom. I will be sponsoring one for prom tickets. The tickets are $130 a piece. Okay, so there's 3 girls. I've chosen to sponsor one. I'm looking for help sponsoring the other 2. Like, I don't need your money. Okay, so if you want to help, but you're concerned about where the money's going, I will do everything to assure that you know exactly where the money went. I will never take $1 of any money donated. Not because I care what people think, because I care what I think. I care about who I am. I care about my reputation. And that's the only person, and my wife and kids, only people I care about, who care about what I think about me or whatever. Okay, so because I know there's people trying to put it out there, oh, it's good trying to make money. I know they've said that about other organizations, which is usually why I don't like to take money. Or you can go directly. I can show you where you can purchase the ticket directly and buy it yourself. I don't care as long as we get it. But there are 3 girls that we've identified that are financially in need, that they really want to go. It's $130 the tickets. We're also working on getting them their prom dresses. That shit touches my heart, yo. That shit will break my heart all day long. That shit will break my heart all day long. Like, that people can't afford nothing like that. And I know how much they would want to go. That shit breaks my heart all day long. And excuse my language. All right, but we need to, if you can help out, that'd be great. I'm sponsoring one of the girls, $130. So, that breaks my heart. That breaks my heart. I wish everybody could just have endless amounts of money and just, and not that money makes you happy, but so I just want to put that out there. I'm going to get out of here. But Jake Farmer, I would love to do that. politicwithfred@gmail.com. Reach out to me. Let's set it up. I need the help. I can't do it all by myself. And it's going to come a point in time where you have to take a stand. You have to let it be known which side of the fence you stand on. And you have to. So if you're ready to do it, I'm here. I'm ready. Let's do it. Jake, please reach out. I'm with it. And anyone else that's interested in bringing, coming together for things like this, informing the people, holding our elected officials accountable, and demanding things like you open up the Bernice Breckman Center for the elderly. You do not give away the JFK Marina in Trevor Park. It's time to demand it, but we can only do that united. All right? And again, if you can help me out with the you lovely ladies that are looking to go to prom, that'd be great. I'm looking to raise $260. It's actually $390, but I'm doing $130, so $260. I need to raise $260. I don't like doing the GoFundMe stuff. I did this last time. I didn't even take the money. I don't know if there was more. I think there was like maybe $100 raised. I don't even know what happened to it. I didn't even take it. Honest to God, I don't need that bull crap. A few $100. Never. My reputation. But anyway, if you can help out, I would love it. I would love it. I would love it. So again, I'm Freddie Bassett. Thank you for joining me. I went on a little longer than I wanted to, but it is what it is. All right. Take care.
Freddie wins. Fatality.
Anything you guys got on your mind? Yo, man, why don't you guys hit me up? Anything you'd like to see discussed or talked about? Let me know.
Wins. Fatality.
Let me know. Again, don't forget this Thursday at 2 p.m. Coffees and conversations with police officers at the McDonald's on South Broadway. Okay? I will be there. Join us. Join the police department. Let's have a conversation. Also, May 2nd at 12 p.m., there will be the protest by the elderly members of our community over on the 4th District. We want to get the Bernice Breckman Center open. That's Councilman John Rubo. Write to him, email to him, call him, let him know. What's up, Rubo? Why are you doing that to the elderly? Messed up. And also Trevor Park and JFK Marina. They're doing an event there. I think the Ravine, Woolworth, something organization. But how you guys feel about that? How do you guys feel about the fact that they're taking away the marina?
Let's get it popping.
Huh?
Let's get it popping.
Freddie wins.
Anyway, I'm out of here, folks. Hit me up if you want to put together that group and do this mailing list and stuff like that, let me know. I'm always up for it. You can reach out to me at Gmail, politicwithfred@gmail.com. politicwithfred@gmail.com. Get in touch with me. I'm always with it. Anyway, that's my show for today. Fully, it's done. It's over. Matter of fact, have somebody else check me in. Build an apartment. Don't be surprised if you hear something from my attorney. I'm serious. I'm so serious. I'm so serious.
Freddie wins. Fatality.
I am Freddie Vasquez. That is Basement Politics for tonight. Folks, the only way change happens if we come together, unite, and are not afraid. Share the podcast. I don't make $1 from the views. I don't make $1 from Basement Politics at all. I don't make $1 from anything I do other than my businesses, which I don't even promote. So, folks, I need your support. I need your help. Share the shows. Like, share. We just reached over 700 followers. Hasn't been a year yet. I think that's good. Content is very locally based, Yonkers, New York specific. So I appreciate everyone who's followed, who supports, who likes, who talks about basement politics. Thank you, folks. I'm Freddie Vasquez. And to you, elected officials, please don't make me have to talk about the real juicy stuff. But I will. I'm talking too much, definitely. I'm out of here. Thank you, folks. Share, like, share, like, share, like.
Fatality.
Share, like.
Freddie wins. Fatality.
You're watching Basement Politics with my dad, Freddie Vasquez.
Freddie wins. Fatality.
You're watching Basement Politics with my dad, Freddie Vasquez.
Freddie wins. Fatality.
Let's get it poppin'.
You're watching Basement Politics with my dad, Freddie Vasquez.
I was raised in housing. I don't think you were. I went to Yonkers public schools. I don't think you did. We can go on all night with this, honey.
Freddie wins. Fatality.
Like I said, political games that are being played. Like I said, political games that are being played. Let's get it poppin'. Let's get, like I said, political games that are being played. You could have.
Fatality.
No!
Freddie wins. Fatality.